Hello everyone, I am Prerna Juneja and I'll talk about my paper Dissecting Users' Needs for Search Result Explanations. Search engines are an integral part of our daily lives. They not only facilitate information dissemination but also exert a profound influence on our beliefs and shapes ideas. Despite their influence, search engines have long operated as black boxes, providing little to no explanation about why specific search results are displayed to users and in the order in which they appear. This lack of transparency leads users to develop folk theories and incorrect concepts about search engine functioning, and also leads to limited engagement with search results. Previous studies have shown that by explaining how a search works and communicating more information about search results, we can help users be more efficient and effective searchers, as well as raise users' awareness of biases present in the search engine results. However, most of the past research on search result explanations focuses on how to explain, assuming explanations are always beneficial. In our study, we take a step back to examine if search explanations are needed and when they are likely to provide benefits. Overall, our study answers 3 research questions. In the first research question, we wanted to understand when users would question search result curation. Here, our aim was to identify situations where users would seek additional context or explanations about the search results returned by search engines. Second, we also wanted to determine what additional information participants need to facilitate informed decision-making about which results to click on. In the second research question, we ask, for what search objectives do users find search explanations helpful or unhelpful? And in situations where explanations are deemed helpful, what are their perceived benefits? In our third and final research question, we wanted to understand the effectiveness of the search explanations and search context provided by Google and Bing search engines. For the purpose of this work, we consider an explanation to be any feature or aspect that enhances the interpretability and transparency of a system, making it more understandable and clear to users. In this work, we also leveraged the framework of search objectives identified by Rose et al. This framework categorizes web searches into distinct goal-oriented categories, providing a structured approach to understanding users' information-seeking behaviors. The framework includes categories such as directed close searches, where users seek a single unambiguous answer to a specific question, directed open searches, where users want to get an answer to an open-ended question, undirected searches, where users want to learn everything about a topic, advice searches aimed at acquiring guidance, ideas, suggestions, or instructions, locate searches, where goal is to find out whether or where some real-world service or product can be obtained, and finally, list searches, where the goal is to get a list of websites, each of which might be candidates for helping the user achieve some underlying goal. We leveraged this framework to specifically answer the second research question, where the goal was to understand whether and why users find search explanations valuable in various search scenarios. Now, coming to study details, we employed 2 surveys, one for screening and other to introduce and then prompt participants to provide sample search queries for each of the search scenarios that we just discussed. The surveys were then followed by semi-structured interviews, and please refer to the paper for additional details about the methods. For both these studies, we recruited participants from Prolific and Upwork, and our primary focus was on comprehending the perspectives of non-technical individuals that do not have a computer science background and do not possess a deep familiarity with concepts related to machine learning and information retrieval. Overall, we interviewed 12 participants consisting of equal number of males and females, and majority of our participants held a bachelor's degree or equivalent qualification. So for the first research question, where we wanted to identify the situations that prompt users to question search results, we found 4 key themes. We found that participants questioned the logic behind search result curation when encountering irrelevant or undesirable information in response to their queries, or when they encountered unrecognized sources or inappropriate content. Participants also expressed their curiosity about the order in which search results were displayed to them. So these are the 4 situations when participants questioned search curation. Next, we determined what features would enhance participants' search experience, and they mentioned website previews that would allow them to gain insights into the content before clicking on a link. They also desired more detailed description about the search results. Participants also emphasized the importance of visual elements in assessing the content's relevance. They believed that visual cues would help them quickly determine whether a search result aligns with their search intent. They also desired credibility signals such as website views or website ratings with search results, along with source information. So the results of this research question specifically indicate that in their natural search behavior, users' focus is primarily on features that indicate credibility and enhance search efficiency. For the second research question, we deep dived into the utility of explanations for each of the search scenario. Recall that for the first directed search scenario, the goal is to get a single unambiguous answer for a search query. For such searches, search engines often provide search snippets or answer boxes displayed at the top of search engine result pages to directly answer users' queries without the need to click on any search results. All participants found explanations unnecessary for such searches. The simplicity of such queries led participants to believe that explanations would not only clutter the website, but they would also divert users' attention. Participants also mentioned that explanations were not needed for these situations because they trust the top search result returned by search engines. For searches where the goal is to find real-world service or product, explanations become particularly valuable as participants anticipate interacting with these products or visiting specific places. For all other scenarios, we found that usefulness of explanations is highly context-dependent. Participants sought explanations for tasks that require deep engagement, or when they have the mental capacity and time, or when they're searching about high-stake topics such as medical-related searches. Then we discussed the perceived benefits of search explanations for various search scenarios. So for all scenarios, participants believed explanations can increase trust by offering insights into the credibility of search results. Participants expressed that explanations could assist with the decision-making process about which sites to open. Participants also suggested the idea of using explanations to guide search results, specifically for directed open and undirected searches. Explanations could indicate category of information to help users find specific details or narrow down their search. Search engines have already taken initial steps in addressing this need, exemplified by the introduction of topic filters by Google since our interviews were conducted. The interviews also revealed that explanations could play a vital role in enhancing users' understanding of the perspectives and viewpoints presented in the search results. Then the interview moved on to understand users' perspective about search explanations and additional search contexts provided by Google and Bing search engines. So clicking on three dot next to Google search results opens a pop-up window with additional information about that result. Similarly, in Bing, clicking on the light bulb open up additional information about that particular search result. Now let's discuss participants' perspectives on some of the elements present in these pop-up windows. So first, just the source information. Participants expressed their appreciation for the additional information about the source. And this is presented by both Bing and Google. We found that the source information increases participants' trust and the perceived reliability of the search results. And then comes the search explanations about why a specific result is being shown to the user. And this is only provided by Google search engine. And participants found the explanation that is currently provided by Google unhelpful, viewing it as too obvious or too broad. For instance, one participant noted that a result was shown to them because they were in the United States, a detail that they did not find particularly helpful. Then there is a functionality of providing feedback and to remove search results, which is only provided by Google at the time of our interviews. All participants appreciated the agency and empowerment that came with this feature, believing that it gives them a voice to shape their search experience. For both search engines, participants found it challenging to locate these additional pop up windows, expressing a desire for improved discoverability and accessibility. One of the key takeaways of our study is that users desire efficiency enhancing features and credibility indicators and believe that such features would enhance their search experience. Second, users don't think too deeply about the search results in their daily lives. They only question search curation while encountering irrelevant or inappropriate content. Users also believe that search snippets offered by search engines on the top are always accurate. This finding has broader implications for the future of search. So, with the rise of generative AI, search engines have begun showcasing chatbot generated responses at the topmost result, emphasizing the potential time saving benefits of using chatbots for searchers. And as the use of chatbots becomes prevalent, there is a possibility that users might even get less inclined to check up on the bot's answers independently. Our findings also have implications on the design of search engines. Participants desire explanations to indicate categories of content, the viewpoints presented, as well as suppressed in search results. And they also desire an ability to contest the search result and provide feedback to search engine. So this is the end of the presentation. For any questions, please contact me via Twitter or email. Thank you.